In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can maximize your money through magnetic marketing, and you definitely want to stay around to the end because I'm going to be giving you guys a mind-blowing framework that has literally made me millions of dollars. Let's get into it. When it comes to business, marketing is king. Why is this statement true? Because of what I'm about to show you on the board here, okay? So I use this analogy sometime here, guys. And here's how it goes. Okay, let's say that this bucket is your offer, okay? And your offer obviously has to be good because without people going into your bucket, without them buying your offer, then you're not gonna make any money, right? Well, the tracks that get people into your offer are the sales, okay? So let me say it like this. Actually, let me move this here. So this is your offer, okay? These tracks, oops, there we go. These tracks here are your sales, okay? Why do I think of sales as the tracks? Because the punchline is, if your people you have clients, you have customers who absolutely want your offer, and the way that they're going to get from point A to point B is through the sales process, okay? And if you can do a good job in the sales process, then that's literally your tracks to get them to buy your offer. And if they buy your offer, you make money, okay? But what is marketing, okay? Marketing is all of the traffic that comes in to your funnel, okay? These little dots all represent one person each, okay? Now, let me ask you a question. It doesn't matter how awesome your offer is, and you should have a good offer. It doesn't matter how awesome you are at selling, you should grow your sales skills. But the question is this: if you don't have any traffic, are you going to make sales? No or no? And the answer is no, right? So the punchline is this, guys. Everything in business is downstream from lead generation, okay? So if you can't drive the marketing, if you can't drive the traffic, you're gonna have a hard time using those train tracks of sales skills to get them to the point of desiring to purchase your offer. Okay, now here's the beautiful part about marketing, okay? And by the way, let me just paint this picture here, okay? You could have the best offer in the world. Okay, let's say your offer is, the absolute most amazing thing that anyone ever wanted in that desired market or niche, right? The offer is like, oh my gosh, right? Anyone who can get here, like from the marketing, anyone who can get here, even if there's bumps in the road or whatever, like anyone who sees this offer, they want it and they want to buy, right? But check this out, okay? Even if there are holes in your sales, even if you're not the best at selling, okay? Like you're kind of okay and you kind of know what to say, you kind of don't, okay? Now, if you can somehow drive traffic, well, chances are maybe if you're not the best at sales, this guy might fall through the cracks here, or she might fall through the cracks there, right? If your selling has cracks in it, right? Let's even say, this is so insane. Let's even say your offer has holes in the offer. It's not even the best offer ever. And again, you should have incredible offers, right? But here's the crazy part about all of this, okay? Even if you have holes in your offer and holes in your sales, if you can just drive a ton of traffic into your pipeline, okay? And I'm just gonna keep going and going because every single one of these dots represents a lead, okay? If you can drive the volume from your marketing, it doesn't matter if you have holes in your sales, and you shouldn't, you should work on that, right? It doesn't matter if you have holes in your offer, and you shouldn't, you should have an incredible offer. But even with these bumps in the road, the holes in the offer and holes in the sales process, just by the sheer volume of traffic coming into your pipeline, guess what's going to happen? Even though this guy might fall to the wayside over here, and these ones fall over there, and this guy was about to buy, but he fell through over there because the offer's not right, and she fell in. She was close, but she whatever, right? Just by the sheer volume of leads, you are just naturally going to get more and more and more people to buy, even with holes in your process. Okay, so why do I say when it comes to business, marketing is king? Because when it comes to business, marketing is king. Everything in business is downstream from lead generation. So what you've got to do is you've got to learn how to get the leads up, right? Get more volume into your pipeline. And I want to show you guys and gals here on the board exactly how to do that, okay? So now that we understand that it goes first marketing, then sales, then the offer, and of course, like I keep saying, the offer has to be solid, your sales team have to be, you and your sales team have to be really good, and your marketing has to be good. But why is marketing so incredibly important? Because of this principle, okay? Let's say you're here, and this is your product or your service, okay? Oops, let me make that a little bit different. This is your product or your service, and you're like super happy because I worked so hard on this thing, and here's my product or my service, woohoo, right? And there you are on the top of the mountain with your flag, yeah. And here's the mistake that most people make when it comes to marketing, okay? Most people make the mistake of thinking that this one thing is marketing. Most people go, hey guys, I just finished whatever. I just finished my course, or here's my product, or here's my service. Everyone buy it, woohoo! I worked so hard. And then guess what? If you only do this and no one buys and you get discouraged, it's not because of any other reason except for you didn't do the marketing right. Marketing is not a one-time event. Marketing is actually a whole entire movement of events. And I like to say it like this. Marketing is a lot of mini events that lead to the big event, which would actually be the drop or the release of your thing, right? And then the follow-up is also part of the marketing process. Let me explain even more in detail, okay? So if you have a product or a service and you're super discouraged and you're like, man, like no one bought my thing. Well, yeah, no one bought your thing because I know you worked really hard, and it seems like, well, man, everyone here should know the value of my thing because I worked so hard. But the problem is people don't know the value of your thing. Why? Because you've only introduced them this one time at this one event. You know, maybe you're like, well, I posted on Instagram and I emailed my email list and no one bought my product or my service. Like, boo-hoo, I'm losing, and maybe business is not for me. Instead, what you should do, instead of just thinking, well, I marketed because I posted on Facebook, like, didn't I market? No. Let me show you guys and gals here how marketing actually works. Hey, I really hope that you're enjoying the video. I want to invite you guys. I have recently created a free training teaching people how to make money online. My students are literally making anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and some of them even make hundreds of thousands of dollars, not in a year, but in a single day. If you want more information on how you can get started, all you need is a phone and a laptop. You can go to digitalproductacademy.org, or you can click the link below in the description. Guys, after you watch the free training, if it sounds like it might be something cool for you to check out, you can book a free call with one of my client success coaches, and they'll be able to help you more. Now, back to the video. You can't just announce the product or service at the top of the hill and expect everyone to buy, okay? You have got to implement here, I call them mini dramatic events. Mini dramatic events. Now, what are these, okay? Mini dramatic events, they're anything that begins the process, the movement of marketing to where when it's time, and by the way, these steps right here, these are mini dramatic events. This guy right here, this is the main dramatic event, okay? So when I say dramatic event, when it comes to marketing, marketers, because I am a marketer, marketers are simply event throwers, okay? We throw events, man. We gather people together, whether it's digitally, whether it's in person, whether it's, I made a post on social and people gather around that social. I was looking at some of my metrics today and it was really cool. Like I shot a video, it took 30 seconds and I looked and it reached like 50,000 accounts and 23,000 of those people actually watched the thing. Like, so yes, it was a post, but it was like this mini dramatic event, right? And so instead of thinking like, okay, my product or service is done, woohoo, everyone get it because I worked so hard. Just because you work so hard on the actual thing, which that would be like, you know, the release of your offer, doesn't mean that people are going to intrinsically know like, oh, cool, well, she works so hard, he works so hard, I have to buy it. No, no, no. You have to actually work your way up to the big dramatic demonstration. And here's what I'm going to show with you guys, the first way to do this, okay? So you are going to stair-step your way to the big or the main dramatic event with mini dramatic events, okay? So let's say you are getting ready to release your webinar or your launch or your product or your thing or this or that, okay? You've got to take the baby steps that just get the ball rolling, that just get the event known out there to the market, okay? So the first step that you want to do, this is what I like to call, oops, there we go, the whisper, okay? So the whisper, if you watch a lot of what I do, okay, there are many, many times that I'm like, I'll make an announcement like, guys, we have this crazy thing coming and you're not gonna believe it, like stay tuned. I'm gonna tell you guys about it more in the coming days. That's it, right? What was that? That was a mini dramatic event, okay? That was it was a whisper, right? And then maybe sometimes I'll have my team, you know, like if we're coaching the students, my team will be like, yo guys, Rick's been working on this thing. You're not gonna believe it. Everyone be looking, right? And we're starting the whisper. Now, here's the crazy part. My main dramatic event, the main thing that I'm gonna be offering, the product or service that I'm gonna be offering, that thing's already done. It's already been planned. And we already have it ready to go. But the reason why I'm not going to just post one time or post for a few days and hope somebody buys it is because that's not how marketing works. What you've got to do is you've got to begin to work your way up, build momentum, and actually get the thought process of your community on the same track to begin to understand, oh, wow, something's coming. That's cool. And then they forget about it. But then the next time they hear from me, hey guys, you might have been hearing, but there's a really crazy announcement coming up. Be looking, right? Anyway, so blah, blah, blah. And just bing, I'm literally creating whispers right there in the process of the marketing momentum, right? Marketing is way more about momentums than it is about moments. Okay, so you've got to get momentum going so that when you actually drop your thing, there is movement, there's momentum. It's not just like my thing's here and like think about it. I used to coach some of my students on this, like when they were getting ready to do a big launch, right? It would be like, yo, everybody, I have this crazy football and watch, here we go. And they like launch the football down the field and the football just goes and it flops and no one catches it. And they're like, what the heck? No one caught my football. Man, like maybe football's not for me. No, that's not how that works. What you should have done is while you were practicing your throw, you should have also been letting people know, yo, you guys and gals need to be standing right there because I'm about to throw something over there. Trust me, you're going to want to catch this thing. Okay, what do you mean? Like, trust me, you want to get down there. Really? Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you, something's coming. Like, you're just creating the whisper. You're starting the momentum, okay, to get people to actually be down there. So when you actually launch your product, when you actually launch your service, there's people on the other side of the field ready to catch what you've launched. And most people just launch without doing the groundwork of, I need to get people on the other side of the on the other side of the field. I need to have a community there to catch the thing, because if they're not there to catch it, this thing's going to flop. The same thing it works with football, or the football analogy, the same thing, the same way it goes for your marketing in your product or your service. Okay, so the first thing you got to do to start stair-stepping your way up is you have got to begin to create whispers. The easiest way to do this, guys, is just to begin to post little teasers on social, right? Or post little teasers on to your email list or to your text list or whatever it is. Guys, something crazy is coming. I'm working on it. Let me know down in the comments if you would like more information. Like literally that's it. Like just begin to start the whisper, okay? So the second thing you need to do to begin to work your way up to these main dramatic events, okay, is you have got to, there we go, utilize influence. What does that mean? Okay. There are people right now who already have the type of audience that you desire to get your thing to, your product or your service. They already have the audience. So one thing that you need to start doing right now, even before you drop your product or your service or you make it available to people, one thing you need to start doing right now is you need to start building relationships with people, networking with people who already have similar audiences to who you would like to serve, right? Like I made a tweet about this past week, but what you want to do is you want to dig your well before you're thirsty. See, a lot of people, they make the mistake of like, oh, we want to get our product or service out there and, you know, how are we going to do this? Oh, let's reach out to this random person and like maybe they'll work with us, maybe, right? But the problem with that is you're trying to dig your well when you're thirsty. But instead, what you should do is right now start reaching out to people and providing value to them, right? Like giving them a gift, promoting their thing, like connecting, networking. Yo, let's grab a coffee if they're local, right? Like reach out on Instagram. Yo, I just want to let you know that I really love what you're up to, blah, blah, blah. Let me know if there's any way I could ever serve you or help you. I would love to, if you have anything to promote right now, I'd love to just promote it for you. Let me know. And just begin to dig your well before you're thirsty, because in the future, when you're getting ready to drop your product or service at your main dramatic event, now because you've already dug your well with these relationships, now you can reach out when it's your turn and go, yo, I've got this thing coming up. Would you go live with me on Instagram? Would you be willing to do like a JV, a joint venture thing on email, just to where we just say, yo, something's coming. You know, here's my buddy. Here she is, here he is. I want to introduce you guys. Like this person is the best at XYZ. And I'm actually really excited on their behalf because they have a really, really big thing that they're working on. We'll tell you more about it in the coming weeks. Like now you can begin to really start building that whisper instead of just like, hey guys, here's my product, here's my service, everyone buy, please. Oh man, no one bought. You know, this sucks. Of course it does, because you didn't have the momentum. You're not building up to the thing. So if you can leverage influence, other people's influence, okay? This might be people in your community. This might be people that already follow you. This might be people who have audiences that you desire to market to. Whatever that is, like even if somebody who follows you only has 200 or 300 followers, like you should reach out and try to build something with them, because that's 200 or 300 followers that you don't have that could potentially become a future audience for you. So the whisper begins to build and build as you begin to utilize other people's influence, okay? So then after this, the next step goes to, come with me here. Now you want to start leveraging your organic social, okay? Again, a lot of people make the mistake. They're like, well, I marketed, I posted 2 times on Instagram. Okay, but you didn't like start the whisper, right? You didn't even mention to your peeps, yo, something's coming. You're just like, hey guys, like here's my thing. A lot of people start the momentum here and it's not enough, okay? You've got to get the whisper going, right? Guys, something's coming, be looking, you don't want to miss it. What was that? I don't know, I'll tell you later. Anyways, right? Like, guys, I'm telling you, in the next 3 weeks, or even like dropping a date to your community, guys, on whatever, May 22nd, I'm going to be announcing this crazy thing. Be looking right here. If you want more information, let me know down in the comments. What do you think it could be? like just starting the whisper. And then while you're doing that and you're getting these daily whispers out there, something's coming, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to utilize other people's influence. You're going to be like, yo, would you help me get this whisper louder, right? And again, you're digging your well before you're thirsty, okay? Then you go to your organic social media, okay? That's when you start leveraging. Now that everyone's already heard, like, what, something's coming, then you can start going, guys, I'm excited to announce on whatever, January 4th, we are going to be launching the brand new XYZ, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Then you start posting to your organic. Do you see what I'm saying? Can you see how this begins to compound on top of each other? Like, something's coming. And then they're talking about it, because you're leveraging other people's influence. And they're talking about it, and she said it, and he said it, and I keep hearing them talk about it, and this and that, right? And it's on and on and on and on. And then finally now, you go to organic, and you make the actual announcement, not like it's available, not that announcement, but just here's what it is, right? And you start talking to organic. Here's what it is. Here's when it's coming. Be looking, and on and on and on and on. Okay? Is that making sense? Drop some fire emojis in the comments if you guys are getting it. Okay? And then after you go to leveraging organic, what you want to do this is the part where you want to turn on paid advertising, okay? Running ads. This is where most business owners really miss it. They miss it on all of these steps, honestly. They're like, well, I posted on Facebook and no one bought. Or, man, I went live on Instagram once or twice in the past month and no one bought. Like, boo-hoo. Of course they didn't, because you didn't build the momentum. You didn't have enough mini dramatic events to lead up to the main dramatic event of, ta-da, the thing is finally here. You can now purchase it. Hurry, the cart is open, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to have these whispers going, right? Utilize other people's influence. Then leverage your organic. Then you're going to be turning on ads, right? So now everyone's hearing about your thing everywhere, right? It's like, what? Everywhere I turn, there's like, people are talking about it. And I got the email. Every time I open up Instagram, like, she's talking about it. He's talking about it. And what's going on? And man, I was scrolling on Facebook and now he's hitting me with ads. She's hitting me with ads. And it's like, what is happening? You're just building and building and building all of these mini dramatic events that are becoming momentum for a main or a big dramatic event, okay? And then of course, after you got all of this going, then what you're going to do is you're going to hit your lists, okay? Again, a lot of people are like, well, I emailed my list and no one bought. Of course, because if all you do is email the list, you're just more noise in their inbox, right? Just like, well, I didn't even catch that email, sorry. But what if every time they open up social, someone's talking about it? Every time they look you up, you say, hey, something's coming, be looking. And then people that might have like a cross network between you and them, they're also like, wait, I heard her talking about it too, and something's coming, and what is going on here? And then you finally announce, guys, on this date, this thing is coming, and this is what it is, and be looking, because on this next date, you don't want to miss it, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what is happening? And then they're scrolling on Facebook and you're hitting them with ads and they're like, what? And then you're also utilizing your email list and your text list. Now you've got like all of this momentum, and now you've got all of this like crazy uproar. And then finally, after all of these things, that's when you drop the big main dramatic event. Guys, guess what? Now it's finally here and the cart is finally open. Go for it, okay? And business owners, entrepreneurs, they get discouraged because they're like, I worked so hard. Listen, I know you worked hard on your product. I know you're working hard on your services, but you can't just expect for everyone to understand just how much value is in this thing just because you do. You have got to build the momentum. You have to stair step your way up before you actually drop and release. This is why marketing, when it comes to business, marketing is king, because if you cannot drive the traffic, if you can't get all these leads to get on board and finally get into the process, right, into your ecosystem, then it's going to be really, really hard to get them to follow the tracks of sales and finally take you up on your offer, like that funnel picture I created earlier, okay? But guys, there's still more, okay? So now that you've got all these. Hey, real quick, if you've made it this far into the video and you're liking it, do me a favor, share this video with somebody that you think might also receive some value. My biggest heart in this channel is to simply bring some awareness, financial literacy, and do it all from a biblical perspective. So go ahead and share the video, like and subscribe, do all that stuff too. Back to the video. Okay, you finally had your big demonstration. Yeah, let's go. Well, guess what? Then you have to stair step your way down as well. What does that mean? Okay, all of this right here, this part of the process, these are the follow-ups and the automations, okay? So I am telling you guys and gals this right now, just from personal experience. The most money is made on the day that you open up the cart after, assuming that you did this process correctly. The day that you open up the cart, guys, the cart is finally open, go, hurry up. You'll get a whoosh of people to buy that day, and then everything kind of just tapers off. And what most people do, they make this gigantic mistake of going, well, that was it, and let's try this whole thing again, right? But what you should do is, guys, the cart is open. And then here, you're sending out emails, right? And here you're sending out text alerts. And here you're going live, right? And here, remember what I said about utilizing other people's influences, right? Now, your friends are talking about the thing, right? And your acquaintances or whatever. And you're doing this whole entire follow-up sequence. And I'm telling you this, when it comes to the follow-up, more money is made on the last day of the cart being opened, many times for me, than the first day that the cart opens, okay? So I want you to understand something when it comes to marketing, okay? This, like I mentioned earlier, this is not marketing, okay? This whole entire process is marketing. And if you're not doing a process that leads up to the big main dramatic event, okay, and then having a follow-up system that also stair steps them down to the day where the cart closes, if you're not doing all of that to the lead up, then dropping the product or service, woohoo, big announcement, it's finally open, cart's open, and then stair stepping them down. If you're not doing all of that, then you are doing marketing wrong, okay? And I'm telling you this right now, if you approach the launch or the announcement of your upcoming thing in this order, guess what's going to happen? This engine right here that we talked about earlier, you are going to be fired up. And just like I mentioned earlier, even if there's holes in your sales processes, even if there's holes in your offer, and by the way, there shouldn't be holes like I keep telling, okay? But even if there was, if you ramp up your marketing like this, you're going to have way more leads who are interested in purchasing your offer, okay? I'm telling you this right now. If you can take these couple of ideas, these couple of tips, and apply them to your business, you are absolutely going to maximize your money by being magnetic in your marketing.